Greetings. This is really just a response to the what someone said about her child's hair. It's gonna be really quick because I really just am supposed to be studying right now. I have had people comment about my hair before, and I really think it just kind of shows a general ignorance of the majority for the minority culture. Um, I've had long, drawn out arguments with some of my white American colleagues on how, no, Colin Powell does not have any white ancestors. Like, one of his parents isn't white, and, Whoopi Goldberg is just as Black American as he is. They don't really seem to understand the diversity of Black American culture. And especially when it comes to our hair, which I think is partially our fault. For most of the time we've been in the United States, we have chemically straightened our hair to the point that most white Americans really think that a black person's hair in their natural state is straight. Um, I know when I first went natural, a lot of people were like, "Oh, what'd you do to your hair?" And what happened? And it was straight before. And I'm like, "Well, this is my hair naturally. My hair isn't naturally straight." And a lot of white Americans don't understand that. So, um, I really think it's partially Black America's fault just for the fact that we don't typically wear our hair straight. And I understand that it's up to whoever's prerogative, if you want to be straight, if you want to be curly, um, but that helps create the problems that some of us have when we do wear our hair curly. And people are like, "Oh, well, are you?" I've had people ask me if I had Creole background because my hair was wavy and my name is Marguerite. I'm like, no, I don't have any family in New Orleans. Um, I haven't had that many people respond to my hair negatively. Um, the most interesting negative comment I actually had was that one of my administrators at school actually liked my hair curly more, and specifically when it was curly and up and out. Um, Although, like I have had a lot of comments when I was traveling in other countries that people haven't really understood my hair or why it was such a certain way. I've had people ask me, "Oh, did you get electrocuted?" Or, "Was your finger stuck in a socket?" And, "What happened to your hair?" And just kind of really kind of like aghast things that, honestly, and this is probably just due to my experience in traveling, I've kind of washed off. I don't get upset about it. I just realize that they're ignorant, and if I'm just passing by, the one person who was like, "Oh, what happened to your hair?" Just kind of just like total shock and awe. And I was in Israel at the time, and I was like, "Oh, well, God blessed me." And he's like, "With what? With lightning?" And I'm like, "No, with hair you could never have." And just I kind of just play off of it, and I don't let it bother me, really due to the fact that I know it comes out of ignorance. If it's someone closer to me, or if it's a colleague, or someone who I might have to work with, I take the time to educate them and let them know that I actually have a lot of mixing in my ancestry. I actually am my grandmother's father was Native American, so I'm 1/8 on that side, and then on my mother's side, it's my great grandfather who was Native American, or great great grandfather. So I'm like 3/16 altogether. Um, but I have a very Black Americans. We are true Americans. We're mixtures. We're real Americans, as I say, are mutts, and we are. We're and so that gives us very different hairstyles and very very different texture. And I understand that lots of the majority and don't know, and they don't understand, and even sometimes lots of Black Americans don't completely understand why, one person's texture is this way, but my texture is that way, and things like that. So I have had those experiences, but I just don't let them get to me because what's the point? They don't know. It's ignorance. And I'd rather educate those who don't know or just let it roll off my back than spend effort and energy that I don't have. All right, it's been like 5 minutes and I need to study. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'll try and post another fun curly hairstyle later. I have a couple of good things for you. Um, and a couple of good product reviews coming up too. So if I pass boards. So anyway, see you guys.